how did you, just to sort of go deeper into this, like
Yeah.
emotionally, how do you withstand all of that? And who did you talk to? I mean, you had your co-founders, was there a mentor? How do you sort of process rejection in order to muster the energy to fight another day?
I guess I think one of the most important things is to have a really clear picture of where you're going. Um, and so I was like, this is so incredibly apparent that this is the future. There is no way that this is not the future. The question is whether I get to build it or not. And so I guess having that really clear picture of where I thought the industry was going was really helpful. And that's something that I'd really encourage everyone to be thinking about is like, you just abstract yourself out of it and think, if you were to look at an industry, and this is something that I quite like to do from time to time, just imagine all sorts of different industries, and what would you like it to be like in 10 years time? And you'll see some common trends. It's going to become more efficient. It's going to become simpler and easier. Well, that's always what happens in my head. And so I guess if you ensure that the company that you're trying to build will help to build out this world, build towards the world that you're wanting to see created, I think that helps a lot. Because then all of a sudden it became, hang on a second, the investors just don't understand. They're not understanding what I'm trying to do here. And so it became, oh, I'm not explaining it right. And so then it became me about, just trying to reiterate upon my, the explanation and the strategy of that was presented in my pitch deck at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you mentioned you often were iterating the deck after feedback. I assume though there are some investors you pitch and they had feedback and you're just like, that's totally wrong. like
Oh,
I
100%.
so
Yeah.
you sort of have to pick when you're actually going to act on the feedback. Not all feedback is actually accurate.
100%. Two things on that. One thing I think it's hilarious. So at the time, the lean startup was really popular, and so investors would be like, "So have you A/B tested this? Like, how on earth can you A/B test the future of this industry?" Or he'd be like, "So have you put up a Google ad and seen if anyone clicks on it?" Both of which were not particularly helpful suggestions, and those investors would never have invested in Canva. But I think the wonderful thing about this self-selection process of investors is they only invest if they believe in you and they believe in your vision. So you end up, through that process, actually, they're kind of self-selecting to be, people that really believe in you and get behind you. And we've ended up with a lot of investors that have been investing with us all, every round since that initial round.